Hi, everybody. I'm Kelly Hogan, and welcome back to my Zero Carb Life. I am so excited today to have Kimberly Pelling here. This is our first chat face
hmm
to face, but she sent me an email the other day, and I shared a little clip of it anonymously on Instagram because just that little snippet of an email got me so excited about this carnivore thing. So thanks for joining me today, Kimberly.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Great. So tell me, just take me back. What brought you to eating an all meat diet?
Well, I got diagnosed in 2022. I was 4 months postpartum, and I had another 1-year-old at home. Just got married in 2020. It was like my life was starting, and started having seizures in my sleep. And I went to the emergency room, and they found astrocytoma grade 4 in my head, emergency brain surgery. And then they told me that even though they got the tumor out, I still had to go through the whole gamut of chemo and radiation. So 5 weeks of radiation, which led to permanent baldness on the top of my head. I'm wearing a topper right now, and almost a year of chemo. But at the eighth month, they told me that there's new growth and that it was inoperable, and that I had exhausted conventional treatments and that I had a year to live.
Oh my gracious. And at this point, you had children that were what ages?
I had a 4 month old when I got diagnosed and a 1 year old at home. So I have two under two.
But then this was how many months later?
This was 8 months after that.
Oh my word. So you had two babies,
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
babies, and you were told you have 1 year to live, and
Mhm.
there's really nothing more to do.
Yeah. And I asked her about diet. I said, well, what if I change my diet? She said, that'll make you feel better, but it doesn't affect the cancer at all. So after like a week of just mourning, talking about my funeral, like making email addresses for my kids so that I could send them things, just kind of like wallowing in it, I felt God kind of kick me in the butt and say, like, you're gonna be healed, but you have to step up. You have to stand up and do something. I'm not just gonna like heal you. So I dug into research. I had been researching during chemo just to see if anybody survives this disease. They really don't. There's not too many that do, but the ones that do, there was a lot of common threads. Inflammation, fighting inflammation was a huge one. Not doing conventional care at that point because I couldn't. I had already done it all, and they said it wouldn't work anymore. So there were a couple threads, and there was a couple things that they had in common. And so I kept writing those things down. And at first, I actually, when I decided I was going to fight, I started with Mediterranean diet actually, and I hate vegetables, so it was not fun. And I felt like pretty bloated all the time. I did lose a little weight because I had been eating really bad before then. And the tumor just continued to grow. Like I was still getting scans. The tumor continued to grow during that time. So my last doctor told me that I had about a year, and he said more like 1 to 3, which is better than a year. I'm pretty much cried out at this point. Like I've gone through the depression and the sadness, thinking about like how I wanted to homeschool my kids and all these plans that I had that if doctors are right are going to be cut short. My God is a healer, but it doesn't mean that's what's going to happen here. So I'm trying to prepare for both. I would say just buckle up because I don't know what's going to happen. We may see me get closer to God than I've ever been, and he may use me to say and do some amazing things before I go, or you might be about to see the biggest miracle that you've ever seen in real life. So I was jumping into Facebook groups, and I knew there was something to keto because I'd done it before for weight loss. And then I found carnivore, and I was in the groups just like looking at what they were doing, seeing these success stories of people beating diseases and aging beautifully. And like, it seemed like a magic diet. So I decided I was going to go full force. Like I want to live. And I felt convicted when I was reading about that. I felt like God was telling me, hey, this is the next step. So that I also, stumbled upon a man who had glioblastoma, which is very similar to what I have. And he's surviving. Glioblastoma, you get like a year, maybe. It's not a pretty disease, but I think he got diagnosed in like 2014. He's still kicking, clear scans. And what he did, this is why I never tell anybody I'm full carnivore, because I do eat a clove of raw garlic every day. I have to
Okay.
chop that up. But as far as what I eat, I stuck with all carnivore, water, no alcohol, no sugar. And in April of 2024, we had a scan. This was right after we decided to, because I was staying with my parents for a little bit because my mom was worried she was going to have to bury me.
Mm.
So me and my boys and my husband were staying with my parents. And I told my husband, I said, we're not acting in faith right now. Like I've changed my diet. We're doing the supplements, but we're not showing God that I have faith that he's going to do it. So I said, let's get a house. And so we found one in Illinois and we moved. And it was 2 months after that move that I had a scan. And that was their first like shrinking scan. Like that was the first one where they were like, it's shrinking. Yes.
That just chills. Oh my word.
Yes. And then it just kept shrinking. And October 1st is when I got the news that it is gone.
October 1st of
October 1st of this year.
Oh my, I didn't know it was this recent.
Yes, yes. It's been an
Oh,
incredible month. Yeah.
Kimberly, are you just like floating right now?
Yes, yes. I called everybody who loves me and just we all wept together and it's just we had prayed over me and I had a pastor anoint me with oil and we like were giving this to God and the fact that he went and did it like that like he made me work for it like I definitely had to work for it
Yeah.
but it's he blessed it and I'm so grateful. I get to raise my babies now.
Oh my gosh. I'm a little speechless and that doesn't usually happen.
I know I'm getting emotional thinking about it. It was such a great day.
That is a great day.
Yeah.
Okay, Kimberly. So I feel like okay. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. That is just
Thanks for coming.
incredible. I don't even know where to go from there. I'm just like, well, praise the Lord. And
Yes.
you did what you felt like he was leading you towards. So I just maybe last Saturday had a video with a lady who was laying in pain from a back injury where she wanted to go to church so badly, but she literally was no longer able to get up off the couch to even go. Well, she opened YouTube because she couldn't really do anything else. She'd already had her prayer time and her Bible study and on the couch. And she opened it and she found carnivore content. And she just in that moment felt like, this is what I want you to do.
Look at God.
I know.
Look at God. Wow.
And I've always said, I'm so thankful that my soul was saved September
Yes.
8th when I was a little girl. And I'm so thankful because this month, October, was my 16-year carnivore anniversary, the day when I felt like my body was then
That's amazing.
saved. It is. And I wonder there's probably people watching right now thinking like, okay, so why we got to bring God into it? Well, I don't know. I feel like
Because he's in everything.
Yeah, that's right. Good answer. Because he's in everything. And it's more like God brought carnivore into it. This is just what I feel like he's called me to do too. And it's what's working for me.
Yeah.
All right. So what else do we need to know about you, Kimberly? Are you eating? Is it only grass finished? Like the most expensive meats? Are you going to the grocery store for your meat?
I do Costco. Costco's my jam. I get the grass-fed ground beef there. I like that.
Okay.
I like their Teton. I don't eat pork, so I like their Teton beef sausages. Those are so delicious. I could probably eat a dozen eggs in one sitting. I love eggs. If I could just eat eggs, I would. They're so good. I eat grass-fed butter, the Kirkland butter,
Yes.
heavy whipping cream, and that's about it. I'm starting a fat fast tomorrow, so I'm going to be doing more beef tallow and just doing fats and a little less ground beef.
Yes.
Just to like make sure I'm at 90% fat. I'm going to do that for the whole week.
Have you ever done a fat fast?
Mm-mm. I eat a lot of fat in general because it is good for your brain. That's one of the things that I found in common with the other survivors of this disease. It's fat is so good for your brain. I try to give my kids a lot of good fats. It's so good for your brain. So I do eat a higher fat diet in general, but I'm going to kind of lower the protein for a week.
Okay. I do quite a bit of fat fasting.
Do you?
Yeah. Oh, yes. And I know Dr. Chafee recently has been, do you know Dr. Anthony Chafee? Okay. He has been recommending, especially for women, post-menopause, which I know neither of us are there, but for brain healing and even for people who are stalled on weight, that they could try. He has just recently been recommending 90% fat, which I have been doing, but I've been a little like almost sheepish about coming out to say that to many people,
Yeah.
other than like group members who I talk to really
Yeah.
intimately.
People demonize that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like, well, I know there are some people who thrive on all of the protein and lowering the fat some.
Yeah.
And I've been one of those people before.
Yeah.
I've done it as a carnivore and it worked fine, but that's just not what my body is wanting right now. Not at all.
Yeah,
And
I do a lot better on fat.
yeah, me too. Well, I know there are plenty of people who are absolutely right now celebrating you, and I hope
Mm.
those who are watching, come on, give a shout out to Kimberly. I'm just so excited that you're here and that, I mean, like here, not just
Yeah.
on the channel, that you are still with your babies right now and
Yes.
that you have this clear skin. So I know everybody watching is going to be thrilled for your health results. But I know there are a lot of people who come to Carnivore who are like, well, I just wanted to lose some weight. Now, you
Mhm.
told me in the email that that has been kind of a side benefit.
Yeah, it wasn't expected, but I was happy to take it. And I gained weight through pregnancy and through just kind of giving up on that. I was just eating very low calories. I was miserable. I was hungry all the time. And now I'm actually like about 20 pounds away from the lowest that I've ever been. And I'm not hungry. And it's like, is this real? It doesn't, it feels like I'm cheating, you know? It's like a body hack.
I absolutely know what you mean. And there
Yes.
are folks, the calories in, calories out people will
Uh-huh.
say you cannot eat more and lose weight.
I eat about 3,000 calories.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I
If I eat lower than that, I'm starving and I don't lose weight.
Same. And I
Yeah.
have tracked, I mean, I am not a really type A person. My husband can attest to that. But when it comes to this one spreadsheet that I keep, where I
Yeah.
keep track of my movement, my moods, sleep, but also what I ate, and
Uh-huh.
very often how many calories that is, because I wanted to find out this can't be right. And then I highlight in yellow the days when the scale has dropped, and I have kept the spreadsheet up for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I have also found if my calories go below a certain amount, the scale will go up. It,
Yeah.
it's like backwards world,
Yeah.
especially when my fat is really high.
Hmm.
If I take my calories up to 2,700 to 3,000,
Yeah.
then I can actually lose weight, or at this point, I'm just maintaining
Yeah.
effortlessly with no
Yeah.
hunger at all.
And I was gonna say you're really little. I don't know how much more weight you need to lose.
No, I don't need to lose any more weight. I'm at this point, I've put on several pounds of muscle. I
That's
started going,
amazing.
yeah, that's a lot harder to do than losing
It
pounds.
is. It is.
Yeah, I was just looking back at some records today. I started lifting a minimum of twice per week at the
That's
gym
great.
starting in January. And I
Yeah.
was looking, and it's several pounds, and I'm really excited about that.
That's
But not
amazing.
as excited as I am about you right now and just these brain scans.
Yeah, we just started homeschooling. That was my dream. That was something that I mourned when they told me that I was going to die. I was like, I wanted to homeschool. And my
Oh,
son just started kindergarten with me at home, and it's just been a dream that
oh,
same
that's
love.
awesome.
Yeah.
It is. Okay, how many meals per day? I'm going to just ask some kind of typical questions that people want to know.
So if I am cutting, I stop eating by like 2 o'clock.
Okay.
And I don't do that every single day because I do want to be happy. So yeah. So most days probably 2 to 3. Most days two though. I don't know if you count coffee because I have my coffee with cream and butter, and that usually like fills me up until middle of the morning. We get up so early around here. So like I'm usually done by 2, but I eat the coffee and then I'll probably make a big thing of eggs with butter and
Yeah.
yeah. And then I have to take my vitamins with stuff. So that's when I'll usually make like my biggest meal. And that's usually like either the sausages or ground beef mixed with eggs, which is really good. But this week I'm probably going to be making carnivore custard because that's like
Oh,
pure fat. Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
I'm excited for that.
For lunch today, I had 10 egg yolks cooked in
That's
butter.
amazing.
It is amazing. It's so
That,
good. Have you ever put cinnamon on your egg yolks?
no.
I know it sounds like it'd be so weird. It's better with just the yolks than it is the whole egg, but egg
Huh.
yolks with butter, salt, and just plain cinnamon.
That
If
sounds
you're
kind of amazing.
give it a try. Let me know what you think.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
still able to have coffee.
Yes.
Cheers to that. That's great. Okay. And you're still able to buy meat at Costco
Yep.
because your story is so incredible. I think people are going to want to know, like, how particular did you have to get? And it sounds like you're just eating tasty, fatty meat and eggs like the rest of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And I get steak like once a week. My husband will get one of those big that's like a roll of meat. I forget what I forget what it's called, but it usually gets like the New York something and it cut that into a million little steaks and put them in the
Oh,
freezer.
like a New
And
York
so
strip roast?
yes, yes.
Yes. Hey,
And he'll
this
cut
is
that up for me.
This is a great tip for folks. If y'all
Hmm.
ever see the roast, and you can buy the rib roast as well, which are about to go on sale pretty soon at a lot of grocery stores
Don't tell
during
me
the
that.
holiday season. Yeah, rib roast and New York strip roast. I think it's the day after Thanksgiving will be on sale until the end of the year
Oh,
at most
nice.
every store for, and I mean like half the normal price, if not less than that.
Ooh, okay.
And I don't have any special equipment. I don't know about you, but just a big old sharp knife.
Yep.
Just cut
That's
it
all we
up.
have.
And if you buy the rib roast, it's just a stack of ribeyes. It's,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
amazing. And New York roast is just New York strips. And you just have to
Yep.
cut them. And the beautiful thing is you can cut them exactly to the thickness that you want.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. You're living it. You're doing it right over there.
My husband bought one of those sealer things, so he seals them in plastic and takes the air out of them, puts them in the freezer.
Yes. Yes. I don't have one of those, but
It's nice.
this is the time of year coming up when I know I need one.
Yeah, Black Friday.
Yes, that's right. And to get all those rib roasts on sale.
Yeah.
So you and I have both found that eating lots of plants do
Yeah.
not agree with us.
No.
No. Like you, I had a really not great diet before
Yeah.
when I was sick. I was not eating well. And I
Yeah.
also had a lot of weight struggles and inflammation struggles
Yeah.
and cutting out all of the plants. And I don't know for you, did you have any digestive issues that were made worse with fiber?
So after, because I don't have a gallbladder. So after the Mediterranean diet, I started transitioning to carnivore. 3 days into carnivore, I got diverticulitis. And I went to the ER and they were like, don't eat any more meat, don't eat any more fat. It was 3 days that I was on the carnivore diet. You're telling
Right.
me that in 3 days. I know it was the Mediterranean diet because I was eating so many vegetables.
Yeah.
So I did what they told me. I did the antibiotics. I did broth for a few days, and then I went right back to carnivore and never had another attack. Never had any issues with it.
I see a lot of people get 100% relief from
Mhm.
diverticulitis. And sometimes there is a flare when somebody has a major diet change, but
Mhm.
then typically, just like you said, then
Mhm.
it is done.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I was talking to somebody the other day, just passing by. I don't even know his name, just somebody in the neighborhood who
Yeah.
said, I said, how's it going? He said, not good. Oh, it's been, my diverticulitis has been so
It's
flared.
painful.
And he said, and I asked him, I was not trying to be pushy on this carnivore thing at all. I just said, oh, I'm so sorry. Do you find that
Mhm.
certain foods make it worse? He said, well, my doctor told me to avoid meat. I was like,
Of course he did.
of course he did.
Of course he did.
Oh, it just breaks my heart. Whereas I know folks who are eating nothing but meat, just like you, and it
Hmm.
completely goes away.
The oncologist who told me I had a year to live told me that diet would not affect this at all.
Mm.
I was like, want to bet?
Yeah. Have you gone back and talked to this person at all?
No,
No.
like my husband is encouraging me to just forgive and let go.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we don't. Yeah, we actually had an amazing doctor because we went down to Florida to live with my mom for a little bit because we did think I was going to die, and we had an amazing doctor there who suggested a few treatments that we could try. But I asked him like, I want a chance. Like, if the tumor is growing, like I have a little bit before it's too big, can I try some natural things? And he was so gracious. He
Oh,
still read my scans. He like worked hard for me. We talk about him still all the time. Like he gave me like the leeway to do it and he gave me information that I wouldn't have had otherwise because I feel like he knew everything about everything. He was really intelligent and it felt like he was a good doctor, like someone that wanted to help.
that's great. I know there really are some great doctors. I know it's easy to get a hold of folks who give information like, don't eat meat, diet won't help a
Yeah.
thing, don't. But my life was changed by my doctor. It wasn't. Yeah, I had a doctor who told me I was inflamed from carbohydrates and told me exactly what to do. And that was a standard, just family doctor. So they do exist. And I'm glad we both found one.
Yeah. Well, there are lots of doctors that I've found that are carnivore, that like that's how they eat.
Yes, me too. I mean,
Yeah.
some that are more famous online. And then
Yeah.
I've heard other people, just people in my group say, hey, turns out my doctor is carnivore. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be surprising
No.
because we've lived it.
Hmm.
And if these folks are really striving for health and then they hear from at least one person like
Hmm.
you who comes back with a clear brain scan, how could you not, you know, ask some questions?
Yeah. Well, my husband has narcolepsy, and so sometimes he'll do the carnivore with me. It's hard. He's gearing up, and whenever he does carnivore consistently, his narcolepsy almost goes away. Like he doesn't have to take his medicine. He's awake. It's totally night and day.
I believe it 100%. I
Yep.
have a friend diagnosed narcolepsy. Absolutely. And she's been carnivore now several years.
That's amazing.
Keto to carnivore, keto
Yes.
for many years, and then carnivore. Absolutely can just drive, function normally, no
So good.
issues. Yeah,
Hallelujah. That's amazing.
it is. I used to
Mhm.
fall asleep very regularly driving my car, and I
Oh,
think
goodness.
mine was not probably narcolepsy, but drops in blood sugar is what I
Yeah.
suppose it was. Not a problem anymore. That's life changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He drives a lot for his job. So knowing that he's feeling better, it
Yeah.
takes worry off of me.
That's awesome. What else
Yeah.
do you want people to know?
I have a lot of people that come to me in my DMs and ask like what I did. And I have a website that I list everything. It's free. Like I don't charge
Um,
anything. I tell you all of the supplements I took, the books I read, the music I listened to, verses that helped me. It's like everything is there. But I tell people like whenever they come to me, like, here's all the information and you got to get right with God. That's the best advice I can give them is make sure that you are talking to Jesus, make sure that you are close with him, make sure that you are walking the narrow path. And unfortunately, I do get people that are like, well, why isn't God healing me? I love God. It's like, God, I believe God has a plan for everything. And I tell people I could still have a recurrence and die. I will still talk about this miracle till the day I pass away because I'm not supposed to be alive right now.
right.
I had a year in 2024. I'm not supposed to be alive. So I already had a miracle. I'm so grateful that the cancer's gone and then I get to keep living, but I could still die and I will still die someday. Everybody dies.
Yep.
And I try to tell people like you have to live for the next life. You have to be planning for your afterlife. That's because everything happens for a reason. This is not all there is. It's
Oh,
so much better on the other side.
I didn't even know from your email that you were a Christian. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
it was a very short email that you sent me. Quick, I just knew, oh, okay, well, let's talk about this cancer thing.
Yeah.
And so I did not know, and that's why I asked your permission before we recorded, same as
Oh
I
yeah.
always do. I just asked, would it be okay if we prayed beforehand?
Yeah.
I didn't know what you were going to say, and you were like, "Oh, absolutely." I was like, "Oh, well,
Oh,
cool."
I'm a believer and God has shown up in this journey so much. 8 months after I'd started my plan of eating differently, taking supplements and relying on God is when I got that shrinking scan. But right before that, I had moved into the new house. I was getting ready for the scan. I'd still had bad scans and I was like breaking down. I was like, I am eating differently. I'm taking supplements. I'm watching my family eat junk around me. Like I'm pushing to do this right. And I'm not getting the results. I wanted to quit. I just felt like I want to quit and just like, let me go, you know? At that time, at that day, I got a message from a girl that I went to high school with who is not a Christian. And she sent me a video from a pastor who was talking about Naaman and how Naaman wanted to be healed. And it was Elijah, right? He went to Elijah and Elijah, he went to Elijah and Elijah told him to dunk. It was Jordan River. It was a yucky river. He
Yeah.
said, you need to dunk in there 7 times and you'll be healed. And Naaman's angry. He's like, you could have just healed me. But his servant talked to him and was like, what do you got to lose? And he went there and the pastor was talking about what if he stopped at 6?
Mm,
What if he stopped right before he was going to be healed?
yes.
And that message was so timely. That had to be God. Because this girl, I love her dearly. She's not a believer.
Uh-huh.
She's an amazing mama, and I really like her a lot. But she, I don't know what prompted her to send that. It was so timely and so beautiful. And I wept and I told her, I said, you don't know how much I needed to hear this right now. And the scan came shortly after that. So God was telling me, don't stop on 6.
Yeah. That apps. Oh, chills. I love that story also. He was such a high up, like
Yes.
compass man. How dare you ask me to get in this
Yes.
nasty river?
Yes.
I remember the first time when my doctor did tell me to eat this way, I was like,
Yeah.
what? That makes
Yeah.
no sense at all.
Hmm.
I was also trying to eat less and less and less and less and avoiding all fat. That was my big thing. Child of the 80s and 90s, right? Like, we don't
Yeah.
eat fat. And why did I keep gaining and gaining and gaining? And then he told me, no, I need you to eat more fat and only
Hmm.
meat and don't worry about calories. And I was like, oh, okay. Right. I
It
guess
sounds so wrong
it
until you do
does
it.
until you do it. And then it
Yeah.
felt so right and tasted so good.
Yeah.
Then I felt so much better. In my groups that I run, it is not like a prerequisite that you must be a believer. We
Yeah.
do hope, I do pray at the end of our meetings, but we all say
Yeah.
goodbye first for those who are, who are just here for
Yeah.
the carnivore. There are
For
people
sure.
who are just here for the carnivore. And so we say bye. I stop recording, but I've gathered up their prayer requests throughout the week. And to me, that prayer together at the end with the believers who want to stay, that's where it's at right there.
Yeah. My husband wanted me to share a verse with you, if that's
Oh,
okay.
please do.
Okay. Exodus 15:26. If you will diligently listen to the voice of the Lord your God and do that which is right in his eyes and give ear to his commandments and keep all his statutes, I will put none of the diseases on you that I put on the Egyptians, for I am the Lord your healer. That's one that I have written down next to my bed. Like that's one thing that helped me so much was writing verses that I felt like were speaking into my journey and just putting them on note cards and putting them on the wall and
That's
just walking by them every day and, meditating on them.
I have a few of my favorites hanging on my bathroom wall also that I
Yeah.
just write down and I'll sometimes change them out, right? Like the
Yeah.
ones that are speaking to me right now.
Yes.
Then there they go also. That is
Hmm.
awesome. So I think when it comes to talking about what diet God wants us to follow, I'm not
Yes.
here to say that God is going to tell every single person to eat a carnivore diet. I have no
Yeah.
idea what God is going to tell you to do,
Yep.
but I know that for me and my body, this is what I need to do right now. This is
Same.
what you feel led to do, what you have
Hmm.
done, what has given you this healing.
Hmm.
And I think that whatever someone is being led and called to do, I think it helps to hear other people say, hey, it might require all eight. All eight
Yeah.
times in the river might require, let's go back. Let's keep going. Let's keep
Yeah.
sticking with the thing that we're called to do, whatever that may be. And
Yes.
and if there's somebody watching who has never even considered that this is a way of eating,
Hmm.
well, it is.
It
It's it's a thing,
is.
and it is
Yep.
a really I love how you talked about the inflammation aspect.
Hmm.
It is such a low inflammatory diet.
Yep.
And so I think if you've never given it a shot, I hope people will. And if they hear your story, surely they will consider like,
Yeah.
okay, inflammation isn't good for any of us. There's no
No.
one out there hoping to get a diagnosis like you got.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And I'm just so grateful that you were willing to share. Thank you,
Yeah.
Kimberly.
My pleasure.
I'm going to just be praising him for you and your story and your life and that your babies have their beautiful mama.
Yeah, the doctor told me I had a less than 1% chance of being here right now. It's been a journey.
Man, God is so
Hmm.
good.
Hmm.
Thank you so much for being here today. And let's keep
Thank you
in
for
touch,
having me.
please.
Absolutely.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Wow. I mean, I was expecting good. I didn't know it was going to be like chills on the verge of tears good. That was
I still get emotional talking about it. I got goosebumps right now too.